I think I speak for everyone, and everyone can agree that being a university or a college student is hard, especially when you have to make a huge transition from being a high school learner to being an actual university or a college student. Because now you're on your own, like literally, you only live alone. There are no parents to push you, no your teachers to bother you about their schoolwork. Now you have to do your own laundry, worry about what you're going to cook today, buy your own groceries, even your own toiletries. You could party for the whole semester and not even attend any lecture. You could binge watch the whole Netflix series, from your movies, your music, to your anime, all because you couldn't do whatever you want. And at the end of the day, sometimes you regret all the life choices by just laying there in bed and just thinking to yourself, what did I put myself into? But at the end of the day, you have to make balance and make sure that you balance between your social life and your academic life. Welcome to the channel. So I'm doing my second year in metallurgical engineering, and as you all know, being an engineering student or just being a student in general is very hard. Not only do you have to manage your time, but you also have to know how to schedule your days. So I think one of the reasons why which led me to fail some of my modules last year was because I couldn't manage my time. What I would do is I would start studying 2 days before an exam and I would start my assignments 1 day before they were due. And seeing how bad that reflected on my grades and on my academic record, I had to make a change or else I was going to be sent back home. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the tips which helped me into improving my grades and some of the tips which helped me into becoming a very successful student. And please be sure to stick around till the end, because I'm also going to be sharing some of the apps which helped me into becoming a very successful student and being on top of things. So let's get straight into it. But before we do that, please subscribe and comment some of your tips which helped you in the university down on the comment section below. First tip is to start early. One of the things that help, or one of the things that make a successful student, is by doing work each and every time. So let's say you're given an assignment to submit within a week or two. By starting the assignment or by tackling at least 20% of the assignment each and every day, that can actually help you into finishing the assignment early. Not to say you have to finish the whole assignment on the first day, but by doing at least 20%, that could actually help you into finishing early and proofreading your work and making sure that your work is perfect. That also goes along for your exams and tests. By doing at least 20%, or by just getting home and revising all the work which is covered earlier in the classroom or in the lecture, that can actually help you into retaining more information and storing your information from what you call the short-term memory into the long-term memory. And when the time comes for you to revise, or when the time comes for you to study for your exam, that can actually help you into not doing enough work or not stressing yourself enough because you've actually been remembering a lot of work. So start early and making sure that a 1% every day makes 100% at the end of the day. The second tip is consultation or office hours. I think it's one of the most important notes or one of the most important points to take in, because consultation is very important, because that is where the lecturer or your professor is actually willing to help you, and they will actually help you into getting clarification of the things you don't understand or the things you may miss during the lecture. So never feel comfortable in not knowing something, or the reason why you don't consult is because you feel shy or you feel like your lecturer or your professor will judge you, and which is completely rubbish. So, and one of the most important things about going to the lecture room or going to the office hours that can actually help you into building connections for the future. Like when the time comes for you to ask for a letter of recommendation for a friend or for yourself for a certain internship or a certain internship or a certain job from a certain company that you've got, that can actually come in handy. So never ever be comfortable in not knowing something, and just go and consult. And also, those people reward effort. When they see that you're putting more effort into your studies by actually going to the office hours, that can actually give you 2% or 3% when you're short of it, because they already know you and they know that you're determined and you're very hardworking. So go and consult and make sure that you use all the resources that you have. The third tip is to collaborate. One of the best places to create friendship and connections at the university, because the people you're friends with now are actually going to be professionals at a certain field. So try and build a lot of connections and network with a lot of people, because in the future that will actually come in handy. So back to my point, try to find your own wolf pack. Try to find people you're comfortable with, and never work with people that will actually make you feel stupid or dumb for not knowing something, like the ones that I know. Try and find people that will actually be supportive of you, and you actually being supportive of them too, because at the academic world, you could never live alone. You could never strive alone without needing help from other people. So try and find that one person, even a study buddy, or even one person, or it could particularly be a group, because that can actually help you a lot. So just try and connect with a lot of people and try to find the people that best suit you with your own personality and everything, and that will actually come in handy. And also, don't forget to move at your own pace and never at their own pace, because you could actually end up losing yourself and losing track of your own academics or goals or whatever. So be sure to move at your own pace and you'll thank me later. The fourth tip is to utilize all the resources that are given to you at the university or at the college. I think one of the best things that make a successful student is how they're able to utilize all the resources that are given to them to make sure that they get good grades. And also it's because they pay for all those resources that are given to them. So make sure that you go to the library and ask for those books for the assignment, for the tutorial, for the exams, or anything, because all of those books are there and are ready for you to read them. And also don't neglect all the campus tutors which are there, because they're all paid for you to use them. They're all paid for you to utilize them. And also don't ever be afraid to also look at other alternative resources, like also using other university slides, and also going on Google or YouTube and searching for information for a topic that you may be struggling. And also a very, very important thing is to never neglect all the lecture slides that your lecture gives to you, because most of the tests that you'll be writing, or mostly the exams that are going to be given to you, actually going to be taken from all those slides. So never ever take lightly of all those university slides, because they are very helpful. The fifth thing is to plan ahead. I think one of the best things that make a successful student is how they're able to plan ahead of each and everything that they're about to do. It may be for your grooving, it may be for going to a certain party, maybe for going out with the friends, or for doing anything, even for your exams, tutorials, assignments, each and everything. But just planning that you know that you're on top of things. That's what makes a successful student. So you need to make sure that you have your own academic calendar and go to each and every lecturer or each and every professor that is teaching you something and ask them all the important dates, maybe for your assignment, tutorials, so that you'll be able to jot them down, so that you know that when time comes for you to study, you know when you're available or not and not available. And I think one of the best apps that helped me into being top of things, into knowing some of the things and jotting them down, was Notion. Notion is not the sponsors of this video, but Notion is one of the best note-taking apps which I've ever used. It comes with a lot of templates for you to use. It may be for your gym classes, maybe for your workout classes, ballet classes, anything. It comes with a lot of templates for you to be able to work with them around. So I think it's very useful, and I think it's also available on both iOS and Android, and you can check it out for free. And there are also a lot of other useful apps like Google Maps, Evernote, etc. And I think you could just search them on iOS or on Android and just check them for free and be able to download them, because I think it's very, very useful sometimes just having something conventional and just using it on your cell phone and just writing down all the important dates that can actually help you remember a lot of things, because you could never find like hassle of like, where did I store this memory, or where did I store this type of notes? They're all just in your phone. So I'll leave the link in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. Tip number 6 is to get enough sleep. I think that is one of the most important things to emphasize on, because you could never remember anything or could never do anything without actually getting enough sleep. So even if you want to study for long periods of hours, as long as you've never gotten enough sleep, you will never ever remember all the information. So please make sure that you get yourself a very good sleep routine. Maybe you have to drink honey or milk in order for you to sleep, or get that sleep mask in order for you to sleep. Whatever you do, just make sure that you get yourself a proper routine, a proper sleeping routine rather, for you to become a very sufficient student into doing anything that you actually want to do. Tip number 7 is to take a break. I think by looking at a problem for long periods of hours, or for studying for long periods of hours without taking a break, that it actually take a toll on you, not only physically but also mentally. Because what you're doing is that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself by only just looking at the problem and not finding the answers, and just wondering to yourself, why am I not getting this answer correct? It may also because that your mind needs to take some time off from only looking at the books and all of that. So you just need, if like let's say you're studying for like 3-hour session, by breaking down the breaks into like 15 to 20 minutes, that can actually help you into retaining a lot of information, and also being a distraction, and also just relaxing your mind and just saying, okay, now it's time for you to relax and you on to the next session. So please be sure to take breaks no matter how hard you're studying, because we all know like you could be a nerd but you also need breaks, because that can actually help you into retaining a lot of information rather into your brain, and actually remembering a lot of things, and can actually help you also into solving a lot of problems. Imagine, I think there was this problem that I was also faced with. So I decided that I had to go to the toilet, and while I was in the toilet, I actually thought about the idea and I thought about the solution. So that's how I realized that actually taking breaks is actually good for you as a student, for you to solve a lot of problems and also study. So be sure to take a break. You're not a machine. Tip number 8 is to take care of your mental health. I think with being a student comes with a lot of work. From your assignments, tutorials, tests, even exams can actually end up stressing you mentally and actually end up neglecting your own mental health, which can actually lead to anxiety, depression, and even suicide. So I think one of the best ways for you to avoid one of those things is to talk to a person. I think there's also a helpline which I'll leave on the bottom of the screen, which could actually help you into talking to someone. And they're actually, by just calling a friend or by just calling a family member and just talking to them and just telling them how you're feeling, how you've been doing, how are the academics taking a toll on you, that can actually help you into knowing that you're actually not alone. And there are a lot of students, there are a lot of people that suffer from mental health and then actually talk about them, especially in the Black community, because our parents have never even normalized talking about mental health, and it just feels like it's just a phase or it's just something that you're going through and you'll wake up, just have to take a pill for it and you'll just wake up in the next morning. So please normalize, guys, talking about mental health, because this is one of the most important things that students actually go through and don't ever talk about. That's why sometimes there's a lot of suicide rates in schools or at universities, because they're actually suffering from a lot of pressure, they're suffering from a lot of schoolwork, and sometimes people feel like they don't understand them because some people just make jokes about all those things. So please be sure to check up on your students or check up on your friend who you know is studying very hard, or just someone you know, and just all the signs are there. All the signs are there. You just have to ask them, how are you? And I think that will actually tell you a lot of things. So please be sure to just take care of that friend and take care of yourself also. Tip number 9 is to enjoy the journey. I think this is one of the most important things, because you've studied very hard to be where you are today. So maybe you slept or you never even slept during matric while you were busy studying for the exam, and now you actually made it. So be sure to enjoy all the 3 to 4 years that you have for your own qualification, and just trust the process and everything will actually come into light. So if you stick through to the end of the video, thank you very much. My name is Shaba Malagwane. I make videos all about productivity, book reviews, life tips, and a bit of study tips and vlogs. And then please, if you like this video, please subscribe and please comment to one of your favorite tips or one of the tips that helped you into getting into university, and that can actually help other people. So please subscribe to my channel, and please, I'm aiming for 100 subscribers, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.